Hi, thanks so much for joining in. You're watching Ask Profit on NDTV Profit, and my name is Alex Mathew. This show, as you probably know, is geared towards getting you answers to all of your stock-related questions, and to that end, the number that you see at the bottom of your screen, that's where you send all of your questions to us, and we'll take them over the course of the show. Let's first take a look at where the markets are right now, though, just to give you a sense of where we're at. And after seeing narrow gains for quite a few sessions, in fact 13 sessions in a row, the benchmark seems to finally be taking a bit of a breather, but it is a very narrow range in trade today as well. You see 25,200 being held on to, and it's a cut of just about 0.1% or so. And if at all, you see that the broader markets are doing better today, and you have the mid-cap index that's up about 0.4%. You have the small-cap index that is up as much as 0.7%. And this is a bit of and the opposite of what happened in trade yesterday, where you saw the market breadth that was just tilted very slightly in favor of the declines. That seems to have shifted today. And in fact, you still see more advances than declines as things stand right now. Let's take you through the sectoral picture as well, just to see what is buzzing and what is moving in trade today. And you will see that the consumer durables are doing reasonably well. In fact, you also see pharma and FMCG that are reasonably well placed. Pharma as a pack is up as much as 0.75%. Among the losers, you have the media index that is losing, as well as oil and gas and the PSU banking index. Let's also take a look at the key contributors on the Nifty 50 to see which are the big movers, at least among the large caps. And you see that IT is taking perhaps a little bit of a breather. Infi proving to be a bit of a laggard in trade today. Reliance Industries also losing ground. Among the gainers, you have ITC and HUL that is standing firm at the top. Now, we are going to be talking about one particular stock today, as we normally do on Ask Profit Focus, and that stock is an interesting one, Kaynes Technology, and this is on the back of an update with regard to the manufacture of semiconductors. There is an approval that has come through for a manufacturing facility, and the stock is up and about. It is off the high point of the day, but it's still gaining about 4% in trade. To tell you about what the announcement is and how significant it is, I'm joined by Puneet. Puneet, what can you tell us about this? And we've also spoken with the management. What were your key takeaways?
Well, definitely, so just getting the news out first that, Cabinet has given an approval to Kaynes Technology for an investment of about 3,300 odd crores to set up a manufacturing facility in the semiconductor space. Now, this is the first such listed company to get such an approval, and it's going to be very key going forward as well. Now, this will be for assembling, testing, marking, as well as packaging, and they will be having a capacity of roughly 60 lakh chips per day of this particular type of semiconductor chips. Total cost we mentioned of the project is roughly around 3,300 odd crores. Now, there were three key things that the management had said to us, today in an interview as well as previously in con calls as well, that, the semiconductor facility will, help, the company lower its cost because it's one of the key components in its EMS play also that it does. They also mentioned that they will be likely to start posting revenues from this particular division by roughly Q3 of FY26. So, same time, somewhere around next year. That's one thing. They have mentioned they've already started discussions with semiconductor players who will be their key customers going forward, and are expecting the revenues in the long term to be around 3,500 odd crores by FY30. On margins, they did mention that it will be around the 18 to 20% range, which is higher than the current margin profile of the company of around 15%, and that's also led to positive views from the brokerages as well. So just talking about the one, which is about Kotak Securities, they have upgraded the target price to 4,950, which is, somewhere similar to what the levels it touched in the morning. And they have mentioned that, this is going to be a game changer for someone like a Kaynes Technologies as well as for the country, since it will be the first plant to be operationalized by the timeline that they've given. They have also mentioned that, in the medium term, the focus will be to shift revenues to the advanced packaging side, which is very high margin accretive for the company as well. Finally, they mentioned that, there are global players also in this particular space that operate in the 20% margin, so the margins picture shouldn't be an issue. And they are also diversifying into newer segments apart from this as well, like the smart meter foray, which will be one of the key things. Now, speaking to us at NDTV Profit this morning, the management highlighted quite a few bits on what we just discussed, but one key aspect which stood out out was that they see a significant revenue accretion from this business by Q4 of 26, and longer term target which we mentioned of about 3,000 odd crores by FY30 will be key. So for some picture, the current revenue is 3,000 odd crores for FY24 of the all businesses that Kaynes operates in. So a really strong new venture that the company is getting into, and stock is reacting positively on the same. Back to you.
Certainly, absolutely. Thanks so much for laying that out for us. And Puneet, of course, mentioned that we spoke with the management. Ramesh Kunikanan, who is the managing director and a promoter of Kaynes Technology, as well as Jairam Sampath, the whole-time director and chief financial officer of Kaynes Technology, spoke with us earlier today. And that entire conversation is available on our YouTube channel, so I'd encourage you to take a look at that. It's quite insightful. On that note, let me get in our experts for the day. We've got Astha Jain, who's a senior research analyst at Hem Securities, and Swati Hodkar, AVP Technical Research at Nirmal Bang. Thank you so much, ladies, for taking the time, and a good morning to you. I will come to you first on this one, Astha. What do you make of Kaynes Technologies? It is a significant update, but the stock is up over 70% in 2024. Is it still a buy according to you?
Hi, good morning to both of you. First of all, if I talk about this company, I just want to put one disclaimer. This is the stock which we might hold in our PMS, in my personal portfolio also. One disclaimer from my side. Now, talking about this counter, first of all, the IPO came in November 2022, I still remember, and the issue price was at around 587, the higher end of the price band. The issue looks to be very, very lucrative at that point of time, and we had a subscribe rating. So it is a leading end-to-end and IoT solution provider, basically, and it is a complete electronic manufacturing company. And what is the niche which this company is having is that they provide design-led electronic manufacturing. So they have a strong niche in that, and what we are seeing a complete, one-way jump in the stock prices till the time the IPO has come. So I think this stock is looking very lucrative to us. And right now also we are positive on the counter. The only concern is about the valuations, because now the valuations have stretched a lot. So our stance here is stay invested in this counter, because we are recommending hold on this counter with a price target of 5,000 to 5,100 at the initial level. For a new buy or a new entry into the counter, I think wait for some time, wait for some dip, and then make entry into the counter, because the stock prices has risen all the way from 587 to 5,000. What a jump we have seen in last 1.5 to 2 years. So I think due to the overvaluation of the stock, it's better to make entry at the later stage, but this stock is worth investing, and one should always have this kind of companies into the portfolio, because the management was excellent. The kind of offering the company was making, I think that is really, they are having some niche space, and that's why they are enjoying high premium also. But right now, due to valuation, just a hold with a price target of 5,000 to 5,100.
All right. So that's the view on Kaynes Technologies. It's time to jump into the queries. And by the way, just a quick reminder, if you're tuning in right now, you can send them to us on that WhatsApp number that you see flashing on your screen at this juncture. The first question that I will take is to you, Swati, and this is on Yes Bank. We've got Priyanka, who's wondering whether to buy at the current price. Is this the right approach to take? How does it look on the charts?
See, first of all, good morning to both of you. Definitely, yes, banks will look good only if it's give the breakout of a 25 to 26 level, because from the last few trading sessions, Alex, we are witnessing that the stock is taking a strong resistance of the short-term moving averages and not able to sustain that breakout on the closing basis, which is little bit cautious sign. So at the current level, I will not suggest to take a fresh long positions, but definitely once the stock manages to give a breakout of 25 levels, one can go for a long positions. I believe after that levels, we can see some positive momentum towards the 30 to 32 levels. So just wait and watch, let the stock give the breakout, then you should enter into the buying zone as such. I would suggest to just wait and watch policy at the current market price.
All right, wait and watch is the call on Yes Bank, and the levels have also been mentioned. Let's talk about Tata Steel. We've got Dhansuklal Barucha, who's writing in from Valsad, and he's holding 2,000 shares, which he's bought 20 years ago. It's quite a lot of patience that he's had with this particular counter. He says, according to him, Asta, that the stock has not performed as well as some of its peers. I'm looking at the 5-year performance and it's up as much as 360%. That's nothing really to complain about, according to me at least, but maybe my expectations are different from Dhansuklal's. What would you say about the performance of this particular counter, and would you hold on to this?
Right now, I hold, but the time period should be little more. I think it should be more than 4 to 5 months if one is keeping the stock in the portfolio. And the reason behind is that we are expecting Q2 to be a muted quarter, especially on the margin fronts, because what we have seen is the steel prices volatility, and that's why that will be putting pressure on the margins going ahead. So we are looking muted Q2 numbers, and that's why we are recommending it to hold for more than 3 months, majorly for 6 months horizon. Now, talking about this counter, the major concern about this counter is their valuation also, because we know that the company is increasing its Indian footprint, and the capex requirement, especially for its UK business, is looking to be quite high at the current moment of the time, and the valuations are also looking stretched. And hence, we are very much positive in the longer term, in the medium term, but in the shorter term, the stock might see some sort of a pressure in the stock prices. So here, if the time horizon is more than 3 to 6 months, then our hold is recommended. Initial price target can be kept at around 175 to 180 odd levels.
All right. The next is a short-term question. It's coming in from Vijay, and he's asking about BGR Energy Systems. He's wondering about the short-term prospects of this particular counter that's currently trading at just about 2% lower at above 50 rupees. Swati, what's the view on the charts? I'm not certain. Do you have a view, first of all, and what would you do with this?
See, Alex, we have seen a very good rally in the mid of the August. The stock has rallied from almost 40 to 57 levels, and now it is in the correction mode, say, or we can say the profits booking. The overall structure is definitely, we are witnessing some pullback rally after we have seen a fall from almost from 120 to 40 rupees, and as of now it is in a consolidation phase within the tight range of 40 to 50 levels. I believe that as of now the sideways and the consolidation phase is going on. One should hold the long positions. Any momentum above 53, 54 levels will lead to another trend on the higher side, which might take a counter towards to 65 to 70 levels. So at the current level, I will suggest to hold on. If possible, try to maintain the strict stop loss of a 48 and carry your long positions for immediate target of 60 to 70.
All right. Karnataka Bank, and I'm coming back to you, Swati, on this next one. We've got Subramanian, who's writing in from Chennai. He's bought at levels of 106 and he's wondering what to do. He's making quite a bit of gains, but the stock is down as much as 4%. He's got a medium-term outlook on this, or he's seeking a medium-term outlook, so he's not really in a rush to sell. But should he hold on, and what levels should he watch out for?
See, the monthly chart really looks very positive on of KTK. If we look towards the larger degree charts, the stock is under the formation of the flat pattern, and from the last few months, it is just consolidating within the very tight range of 200 to 240 levels. As of now, no wonder we are witnessing some sort of a correction, but I believe it will be a short-lived. If you're looking for a very shorter period of time, and if you're in the need of a capital, I will suggest to maintain the profit stop loss of 210 and carry your long positions. Positive momentum can be seen above 240 levels. If it manages to keep a breakout of that levels, definitely the flat pattern breakout comes and it will rally up to at least 300 levels and so. So for the shorter period of time, I will suggest to hold on, but if possible, try to maintain the strict stop loss of 210 levels.
All right. Asta, I'm coming to you on CDSL, and we've got a viewer, Suma Reddy, who's bought at levels of 1,445. It's a little above the current market price of 1,423 or thereabouts. She's asking about whether she should hold or sell. She's not indicated what her time frame is, but on the fundamentals, would you suggest a hold?
Yes, a hold, because it is a leader. It is enjoying a leadership position, especially in the duopoly market. So definitely the company will going to sustain its financial performance. And what we know that with the increasing prospects of the capital markets in India, definitely this company going to benefit from that industry tailwind also, along with that strong financial performance being posted by the company. So all things are right now pointing towards the rise in the stock prices, and that's why we are recommending hold. The only concern is about the valuation, but since it is enjoying the leadership position in the duopoly market, so it might always trade at a premium valuation. So yes, a hold from my side. Target can be set at somewhere around 1580 to 1650 levels.
Okay, Premier Energies, it's a recent listing, in fact, and it's one that has done incredibly well. We've got KV Narayana Rao from Visakhapatnam, who's got an allocation of 33 shares in the IPO, and he's one of the lucky ones, I'm sure. This is a stock that on debut has more than doubled. It is cooled off just a tad bit and is now seeing gains of 95.6%. It's nothing to be upset about. Asta, the question is, he's asking, can he buy 17 more at the current price, shares at the current price? Should he do so? And he's got a long-term perspective on this particular counter. First of all, amazing that he's gotten allocation. He's one of the lucky few. Should he hold on, and should he add more 17?
Okay, so first of all, on your channel only, I have recommended a subscribe rating to this IPO with a strong, stance on the listing in prospect as well as long-term prospects. In fact, when this IPO came, there were 2-3 more IPOs that were lined up, and I have given the first ranking to the Premier Energies IPO, and it really worked well. In fact, it was ahead of my expectation. Now at 870 price. Now this is quoting at somewhere around, because right now only I have calculated the price to earning multiple more than 40 times, because it came at the price to earning multiple of around 24. So seems to be a little bit overstretched. The company is into the solar cell manufacturing, solar modules manufacturing. It is an integrated player and have a strong track record. It is the history is quite long for this company, and they have posted strong financial performance, especially in FY24, because whatever expansions company needed to do, they have already done. And that's why we have seen some sort of pressure in the financials in FY22-23, but in FY24, it has shown strong performance. My idea here is, if someone wants to make a fresh entry, then please wait for some more time, because now it is looking overstretched, at least not at the present day. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, when the stock cools off little off, then one can make entry. But I believe 800 or 820 is the right price to make the entry. I'm not expecting stock to fall below these levels, because it will continue to enjoy the premium valuation. So not at current moment. And someone who is lucky enough to get the allotment, because allotment was very tough. I mean, it got oversubscribed hugely. So what I think is that if someone has got the allotment, then I think they can book profit in 10 shares, because here the 33 share means he has put the application as a retail applicant of around 15,000. So book profit in 10 shares, but remain hold for the 25 shares, because we believe that this company will be showing very strong financial performance going ahead, along with the strong industry tailwind which it is enjoying right now.
All right, that's the view. Book some profits and maybe treat yourself. You've got an allocation and you've done incredibly well. Let's take the next question. We've got a question coming from Satya, and he's asking about IRCON. And this is a short-term question coming to you, Swati, on this one. He's got 1,600 shares at an average price of 273 rupees per share, which is above the current market price. He's asking whether he can hold for another 6 months, and if so, what are the kind of levels that he should look at?
See, Alex, my view is a little bit cautious on this particular counter, because from the last 1.5 year, we have seen a very good amount of rally from almost 50 to 350 levels. If you look on a larger degree, as of now, we are witnessing a profit bookings, which cannot be denied also after such kind of a rally. I believe if you are getting any rise towards the 270 to 300 levels, one should definitely quit their long positions. Downside, it has a good support of 245. If it's break that level on the closing basis, we are likely to hit the profit booking, which might take a counter towards the 210 to 200 levels on the downside. So I will suggest on every raise, you should book your profits.
Okay, all right. Yagnesh Balakrishnan has got the next question. He's talking about Colgate India, which he's asking whether he should buy at the current levels. He's bought already. He's got 20 shares that he's bought at 2,670 rupees per share. And he's making a profit, a reasonable profit at that. And he's wondering whether to add more at the current price. Swati, I'll come back to you on the prospects. He's looking at a long-term time frame, so no rush really to exit, and I guess he can wait for a while to get a better price. If you suggest that is the case, what would you say?
So definitely this particular stock is really doing very well and it's very good and one should have into their portfolio this particular stocks. But at the current level, the stock is trading in the overbought zone. So we believe we somehow in the over a period of time we might witness some sort of a price correction because we have seen a very spectacular rally in this particular stock. So if you're getting any dips towards to 3200 or 3000 levels, definitely one can go for the long positions, but not at the current price. You can utilize dips to take a buy call, not at the same peak.
Not at the current price. The next question is something that gives me a lot of happiness, okay? This is on Tata Motors, and if we can, let's pull up the longer term chart. If we can pull up the 5-year chart, that would be incredible, okay? We've got Venkat from Bengaluru, who's bought at levels of 74. And that is, as he pointed out, because I had to ask him, he said that he's bought at COVID lows. There are very few people that had the conviction to really buy a significant quantity of this stock when it went below 100, and all of those people that did so have made money hand over fist. It's not just that, he's also had the conviction to hold on for a protracted period of time. The question he's asking right now is whether or not he should book profits, and Asta, it's an interesting question, particularly in the context of what we're seeing for Jaguar Land Rover. If I remember correctly, the last quarter was a good one operationally, and one would assume that that operational rebound will continue into the first quarter, into the remainder of the financial year as well. What do you say about holding on or booking profits right now?
So we are recommending a hold on this counter with a price target of around 1200. In fact, I have recommended it previously also. So now talking about, but it is a long-term price target. Talking about this counter, what we have seen that this company is working strongly and just it is getting strong demand. And on the basis of the new product launches also, the company's PV business will show strong performance going ahead. I mean, what is a little concern about the company is that their Jaguar Land Rover business, although they have shown strong performance, but there are some short-term challenges related to the production issues there and some due to the weak global demand. So that might can affect the Jaguar Land Rover's business going ahead, but nothing on the domestic business. So, I mean, if I keep all these points together, then my idea here is that this stock will be a hold candidate, but it will not run very strongly. It will move slowly. But I think in the time horizon of 3 to 4 months, it will show 1200. So keep a hold on it with the price target of 1200, which we are believing that it can touch.
Okay, all right. Would you suggest taking any money off the table? You suggested some money being taken off on Premier, not on Tata Motors, for a stock that is bought at 74 and that is currently trading at very close to 1100?
So in Premier, we have seen in the single day, the stock has risen to 100% and more. So when such type of exorbitant movement comes, then definitely the stock takes a breather in the days to come. This is what we believe, like from the IPOs we tracked in the last few years. And that is why I have suggested to book some profit. But here, Tata Motors is always a long-term candidate. So if there is no need to book the profit, no need to have the money right now, then I think it's better to wait and hold a stock.
Okay. We've got a question on latent view, and this is a question from Dilesh Joshi. He's writing in from Mumbai, and he's bought at levels of 432 rupees per share. He's in the profit, or he's in the green right now, not a very sizable amount. So the stock is currently trading at 474. He's got a long-term prospect, or he's long-term outlook on this. He's willing to hold for between 3 to 5 years. Swati, on the very long-term charts, how does it look?
See, if you look towards on a very long-term charts as such, the view is sideways momentum we are witnessing from the last few months or the quarter as such, I can say. But definitely, as of now, it will be under the correction mode. We might see a deep towards to 440 or 430, and again, then we will see some reversal sign in this particular stock. For a short-term period, as such, I believe it has a potential to reach up to 550 to 600 levels on the higher end. So it's a hold from my end. If you're getting any dips towards to 430 and so levels, you can definitely add on and look for the average route.
Okay. Heidelberg Cement is the next counter that we're talking about. Kaushik from Ahmedabad is writing in. He's said that he's bought 100 shares at a level of 224 rupees per share, which is not too far away from the current market price, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it's 230 rupees or thereabouts on the market price right now. He hasn't indicated a time frame, so I will go to you on this one, Swati. Hold or sell is the question.
Yes, definitely it's a hold from my end, because why I'm saying that monthly chart looks very attractive. It is in the formation of the cup and handle formation, and whenever such kind of a formations bring ups into the larger degree charts, over a period of time it went into the consolidation, then it's a give the breakout with a very decent volume. So I'm preempting that this particular stock is likely to give a rally once it manages to give the breakout of 240 levels. Then we will see a very strong rally up to 280 to 300 levels. So it's a definitely hold on from mine. If you're getting any dips, no need to worry. On every dips, you can definitely add on, because we are getting a very strong breakout on the monthly chart. So it's a hold from my end for a target of 280 to 300 levels.
All right, a large private sector bank to talk about. Jigar from Ahmedabad is asking about Kotak Mahindra Bank, and he has bought at levels of 1,825.75. It's not really performed as per a lot of people's expectations, and he's wondering whether to add at the current market price for the long term. Asta, what would you say on the fundamentals?
Because the operational performance was disappointing in last few quarters, that's why we have seen that this stock has not performed well on the bourses in last few months. But going ahead, we are believing that this stock will start performing strongly, because we are believing that they will post strong financial performance going ahead, especially in the Q2 of FY25. So we are positive on this counter. Hold this counter. I think the stock will be poised for a good or a decent run from here. Maybe we can see the price target of somewhere at around 1850 to 1900 odd levels. Especially 1850 looks to be a very decent price target for this counter. Hold on this counter.
All right. The next one, and perhaps the last one for today, Ayan has got this question on Avenue Supermart, and he's bought at levels of 4,200. The stock is currently trading at 5,026. He's wondering whether to hold on, and can it go to 5,900 sometime this year? The question's for you, Swati, on the charts. How does it look?
Yes, charts is really doing very well. Definitely your target will likely to actually in this year only. As of now, the monthly charts, why I'm saying that, because it's under the formation of a symmetrical triangles, trading in the high tops, high formations as well. So I believe, yes, definitely, if you're looking towards the price momentums along with the volumes, so definitely your target is likely to be hit. Before that, 5600s can be achieved, about at 5996,000 can be seen. Downside, it has a very crucial support at around 4600. So as long as it sustains about that level, definitely long positions can be holded for the venture targets.
All right. That is unfortunately all the time that we have on this edition of Ask Profit. Thank you so much to the both of you for joining in and for answering all the questions that you did. Always a pleasure, as I said, having you on the program. Now, viewers, we've tried to address as many questions as possible. Unfortunately, we can't take all. Hopefully, the questions that we did take today have benefited you, even if your question did not get answered. We'll be back tomorrow to take more of them. In the meanwhile, stay tuned. Lots more coming up on NDTV Profit.